time is out of joint. How beautiful is that thought of Shakespeare? The time itself is out of joint. And in this disjointing, that's where the building happens. That's the moment in which a building is built. Time is coming from the future, not from behind us. It's coming towards us in a very unexpected way. And that's the aspect that one has to articulate in a building, which is always, of course, moving forward as you're constructing it and as people are inhabiting it and living in it, remembering it. Architecture is the only art that exists completely in drawing. My career's path as an architect was drawing. I didn't start with commissions, with clients, with sociology of architecture. I started by sitting at a table with a ruling pen and an ink and a pencil and a piece of paper and draw the structure of architecture. It's not different from music, you know, music is a notation. I intended this as a projection of ideas which are really incarnated in drawings, embodied in drawings. I called my project for the Jewish Museum In Between the Lines, or Between the Lines. And it's about drawing, what lies between the lines of the mind and of the drawing and the building itself. Who would have ever thought? I mean, the Jewish Museum history itself would show you that it was never meant to be built. After a while, the Jewish Museum became part of the fabric of Berlin. It's a building that really presents itself with the Altbau as something that speaks to that history and has changed that history. Memory, as far as I'm concerned, is the ground of architecture. What gives us a sense of place? Well, it's more than just the site, and it's more than just us. It's all the others that give meaning to the site. I always seek to think of what has been repressed in memory on a site. What are the voices that are whispering to us across an abyss, across catastrophes, across voids? What are those voices saying to us? What are the invisible aspects that are really there, and you have to be aware of them in order to build anything of true significance? Architecture in many ways subverts that world of order that we have come to associate with convention. You have to sort of navigate and unfold possibilities that are not always obvious. But whether it's a huge master plan like Ground Zero, which has to be a consensus of literally most powerful groups in the world to be built. Very few master plans have ever been built as master plans. So I thought to myself, you know, how do you build a master plan that will not wind up in an archive? You have to engage yourself in the politics. Don't build anything on the site, in the center there, where people perish. It's a piece of real estate, very expensive, but it's just not quite right to build anything. Exile the buildings, the big skyscraper, to the periphery of the site. Leave it as a civic space and create symbolic elements. People often ask me, so aren't you sorry that you didn't do a tower or another tower? I say, no. I said, building a neighborhood in New York is far more challenging than building the tallest building in the world. Architecture is, in a way, banal. Anybody can build a building. But the civic art of architecture is not banal. It's cultural. That's what I believe in.